You're listening to the Sports Moment, January 4th, 2024, part of the Sports Moments and Memories with Craig Olson podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a sports moment. Sponsored by Lake Area Docks and Lifts. Here's Craig.
We are starting today with Spartan Basketball. It was a long road trip. Heading to Worthington is never an easy trip, especially in the middle of the week. You know, you got the schoolwork going on, and you got to get on the bus around noon, take a 4.5-hour trip, play a couple of ball games, get home around 2 a.m., and get ready to go to practice the next day, along with all the schoolwork in between. So it's not an easy trip at all, and the Lady Spartans and the Spartan men made the most of it. They both were victorious last night as the Lady Spartans knocked off the number 2 ranked team in the country in NJCAA Division III women's basketball. That's where the Minnesota West Lady Blue Jays were ranked with a 10-1 record heading into last night's game. Well, it was a 5-point lead for the home team at halftime, and then the Lady Spartans got hot. They shot 53% from the field in the second half, including making 5 of their 7 three-pointers, and they made all 15 of their second-half free throws last night. So they outscored Minnesota West 52-41 over the final 20 minutes, overcame that 5-point halftime deficit, and won by a half dozen, 84-78. Great win for the Lady Spartans over the number 2 ranked team in the country. Jana Grunwald had 12 for 12 from the free throw line, and she paced 4 Lady Spartans in double figures. She had 26 points, and Jana's got such a complete game. She added 5 assists and 5 rebounds. You had Itzel Salazar scoring 20 and dishing out 5 assists while coming up with a team-leading 3 steals. Maddie Foss registered a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds, and Mo Bugbee ended up with 15 points in the game last night. So all in all, it was a great night, and the Spartans had a tremendous advantage on the boards. They were 44-25 in rebounds last night, so really hit the boards hard and played a great road game last evening to get the victory. Again, the final 84-78. Minnesota West shot the ball pretty well, too. They hit 52.6% of their field goal attempts in the game. But M-State made 23 of 27 free throws, outscoring the Lady Jays by 10 on the line last night. So that was really the difference in that game, was the free throw shooting and the rebounding by M-State. Now they get to play the number 4 ranked team in the country, as they're going to be facing Riverland when the Blue Devils come to town on Saturday. That's a 1 o'clock game at M-State in Fergus Falls, followed by the men at 3 o'clock on Saturday. And the men are coming off a very good win last night also, as they built a 46-20 halftime lead and then maintained in the second half, winning 83-63 in Worthington. And they shot the ball well. They shot 51% from the field, and defensively they held the Blue Jays to 36.4% shooting on their home floor. And the Spartans took very good care of the basketball, as they only had 10 turnovers in the game last night. Tyson MacArthur buried 14 of 19 field goal attempts and led M-State with 30 points while adding 6 rebounds and a pair of assists. So a great night for Dave Cressup's guys as they improved to 9-5, and they will host Riverland on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Lake Area Docks and Lifts is one of our sponsors here on the podcast. We appreciate what Donovan and Renee Rasmussen do in our area. They're so supportive of all the high school kids and college kids and all the programs that kids are involved in. They're very supportive. And, of course, they're here to serve you at 5 different locations with Lake Area Docks and Lifts in Minnesota. And you can check out their boat show booths if you're going to the Minneapolis Convention Center or the Fargo Dome boat shows in January. They'll have booths set up there. And they also have the boat show discount promotions in effect right now. So visit them at their booths and to save money before spring with lake area docks and lifts. Today's sports memory has to deal with the Underwood Girls Basketball team and their trip to the state tournament in March of 2023. And two members of that team, who are now members of the Lady Spartans at M State, Bugbee and Mia Blaskowski, are joining me on the podcast to do a little reflecting here on last season and also talk a little bit about that transition. So, Mo, let's start with you. You want the easy question, so here's the easy one. Give me some first thoughts when you think back to the 28-win season, the consolation championship last year. What are your first reflections?
It was probably one of the best moments of my life, honestly. It was pretty fun. I for sure will never forget it, so that's always a good thing to remember.
What was the number one highlight? If you think back, you had a lot of them. I know a lot of great games, overtime thriller in the section playoffs with the Mills. You almost didn't even get to state, but what were the top memories for you?
Definitely that last game to get to state was probably the best one for me. It was just the atmosphere and the excitement and the community all coming together. It was just one of the best things ever.
Mia, let's expand on what Mo just said about the community coming together, because the Underwood community supports their teams through the years. You've seen it in all different sports that have had success and gone to state, and even years where you're down, you get great support. What did that mean to you as you went down to state and you get out on the big stage and there's all the Rocket fans?
It was pretty exhilarating, and it was just crazy to see that the whole town really does come together to support this small community that we have. And it was just crazy to see that we haven't gotten to state in so long, so then it just brought everyone together, especially after having the pandemic recently, and it really helped bring our town together even more, I think.
And for you, what are the top memories when you think of the games and maybe some of your highlights individually? What kind of stands out?
I would agree with Mo that our last, our section game to go to state was definitely the best. I think it was probably more fun than state, just because it was so loud in there, and it was just our rival team. It was just crazy. So much fun.
All right, you guys, again, won 28 games. 2 out of 3 at state, get the consolation trophy, bring it back, put it in the case. So, Mo, why were you guys so good? When you look back, what made you so good as a team?
I think the coaching had a lot to do with it. Us just all growing up together and playing with each other for 4 years straight had a lot to do with it too. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know.
Okay. Mia, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And also just that we really ran the floor a lot. We got out and ran as much as we could. So I think that really helped us a lot too.
I was impressed when I looked back. I'd forgotten a lot of the details, but I looked back and a number of your postseason wins were by double digits. It seemed like when you got a team down, you could put them away.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was just really fun. It was really good, yeah.
Well, there were a lot of great memories from that year, and of course, as seniors last season, Mo, you guys, I'm sure, were pointing at last year all the way up through the ranks as it was going to be a real good year. Did you do a lot of talking about that heading into last season, that, hey, this is the year we're going to make it happen?
Yeah, I'd say so. Since we were little girls playing junior high basketball, we've always talked about our junior and senior years and trying to get that far, and it was just really cool to see it all come true.
Okay, Mia, now the transition comes. You're now playing Spartan basketball at the junior college level, Division III, NJCAA, and even though, it's a low level of college ball, it's still a big step to come from high school to this game. And the thing I hear from people through the years is the speed of the game is where you really notice it. What is your comment about the transition? Where are you experiencing the biggest difference?
I would say one of the really big differences for our team was we ran a lot the first month of practice, and we did not do that last year. We did not condition much at all. Our conditioning was going up and down last year, and this year it's just drill after drill, and it's just so tiring. And then just the small things the court's bigger, the 3-point line's further back, so it definitely is a big difference from last year.
And also, Mo, you play more minutes, not a huge amount of extra minutes, and you're back to playing quarters now. I don't know if you ever played quarters before. Has that been an adjustment?
Oh, yeah. It's I think I like it better. You get more breaks in between quarters instead of just halftime, so I enjoy it.
Okay. Where is your game being most challenged other than the conditioning, Mia, but on the floor against the more length that you're seeing from opponents and the quickness out there, where's your game most challenged?
Definitely like in the posts anyways, just that like every other team has big posts as well. So it's like it's a lot more work down there to like defense and everything, because it's not just like I'm usually the bigger girl now, like everybody's like bigger than me, so I'm like struggling.
Same thing for you, Mo?
Yeah, I feel like I've been more in the post I have been more in the post playing for the Spartans, but it's a big adjustment kind of because I was both in high school, so yeah.
How big is it to have Mia with you, to just have that familiarity?
Oh boy, I don't think I'd play without her. We do everything together.
Is that something you've talked about, Mia, through the years, that, hey, we're going to go to college together and we're going to light it up on the basketball court?
Honestly, we did not even think that we would ever play in college. Like we love basketball so much, so like when the opportunity like came about, we were like, why not? Like we might as well. We love playing together and we're best friends, so let's just do it.
Why not? Play as long as you can. That's what people will tell you. Mm-hmm. Okay, last question for you. What advice do you give to this year's Rockets as you look back at success you had and the teammates you left behind, and now they're trying to repeat and follow up what you guys did? What's your advice for them?
I would say just play your hearts out, just like we did last year, and just really connect with the younger girls too, because that like makes a big difference for them when they get older. And just keep playing with your heart and loving the game.
Mo?
I'd say enjoy every moment. You don't realize how much you miss it until you're gone. So, yeah.
All right, Rockets for life, I'm sure, right?
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You still wear the orange and black?
Yeah, occasionally.
And see, Mia's got it on right now. So if your former teammates make it to state, where are you going to be in March?
Probably down at the state tournament.
All right, very good. Thank you, girls, and just fun to look back and this sports memory on the Underwood Rockets state tournament run in girls basketball in 2023. Yeah, it was a great year for the Rocket girls last year, and now Mo and Mia are making more memories as members of the Lady Spartans. This is Sports Moments and Memories, and we're going to feature memories again next week, and we're looking back 25 years to the Otter boys hockey team and their best finish ever at state, where they were third in the state in their tournament that year. And we're going to be talking with Brad Bergstrom, the head coach of that team, and a number of their players about memories from 25 years ago in Otter boys hockey. So we're going to have that next week as a part of the podcast, and we'll continue, of course, to bring you those current sports moments and reflections on what is happening at this time also around the area. And tonight, the Minnesota Gopher men's basketball team is back in Big Ten play. They are at Michigan tonight. They're 1-1 so far in the Big Ten, so good to see the Big Ten schedule now starting to heat up, and this team could be interesting to watch. We'll see how it all unfolds. And last night, the Minnesota Timberwolves became the last team in the NBA to drop back-to-back games as they lost to the New Orleans Pelicans 117-106 at Target Center last night. The Pelicans just shot the lights out, 55.6% from the field, and the Timberwolves had a real struggle shooting the ball last night. Tonight, the Minnesota Wild try to snap a 3-game losing skid as they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. A lot of injuries, though. Wild are without Jonas Brodin, Philip Gustafson, Kirill Kaprizov, Mats Zuccarello, Vinny Lettieri. They are all out of the action tonight. Marcus Foligno is listed as day-to-day. He may be in there, he may not. We'll see how that plays out tonight. And the Pro Bowl rosters have been announced in the NFL. The Vikings have 2 players heading to the Pro Bowl, outside linebacker, edge rusher Danielle Hunter, and Andrew DePaulo, the long snapper. They are the 2 members of the Vikings who will be on the Pro Bowl roster heading into that classic every year at the end of the season. Lake Area Docks and Lifts, one of our sponsors, they have 5 locations in Minnesota, and they invite you to check out their boat show booths at the Minneapolis Convention Center and the Fargo Dome this month. The boat show discount promotion is in effect now, and you can save money before spring with Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just us docks and lifts. Lake area docks and lifts.
Be sure to join us again tomorrow for our next Sports Moments and Memories podcast.
You've been listening to The Sports Moment with Craig Olson, sponsored by Lake Area Docks and Lifts, produced by Sunroom Lab, music by Blue Red Roses. Tune in tomorrow for the January 5th Sports Moment. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and stay tuned for the first Sports Memory episode featuring the 2000-2001 Lady Spartan National Championship Basketball team, coming out January 10th.